this session. As you know, we record these calls and place our recordings on our YouTube channel. Please take it away.
Thank you very much, Naveed. Good morning and good afternoon for everyone over here, wherever you are. My name is Walid Amro. I'm a cloud solution architect, developer advocate at Microsoft. And today's topic is going to be about GitHub Copilot. We did this a few weeks ago, introduction for GitHub Copilot for business. And today I'm going to talk about the updates that happened with Visual Studio 2022 version 17.11 and afterward, which is right now it's actually 11.4. So we have why I asked Naveed to talk about this, because the new features in GitHub Copilot, they're amazing actually, and they deserve that to stop here and talk about them, because this is what actually you want, and it's going to increase your development velocity and fixing problems, because most of these ones are for debugging, which is it's amazing news actually for developers, which is no additional cost, it's just new features. And this is what you're going to get actually from the GitHub Copilot. You get just more features, more amazing features for the same price that you're paying. So let me share my screen, and please let me know, Naveed, when you can see my screen, please.
Yes, I can see it.
Perfect. And is it good, or do you want me? Is this the font size is good?
I think it's good. Everybody,
okay.
Give a thumbs up or please speak up.
Perfect. So let's go through this, because we have a lot of updates and a small amount of time. So I'm going to go through them. And if anybody has questions, please, you can open up the mic and ask. But let's go through them very quick. And the first one that they added is inside the GitHub Copilot chat. You know that we have this hound thing, and you can do certain things for specific files. So now they added, actually, it used to be on a file level, everything, okay? And now they added actually to a method level, and which is amazing, because now you can minimize the amount of data for the AI to understand what you want. So say, explain, for example, explain, and over here you do divide, and look at this. Now it can talk only about only the divide method inside my class. So if I do this over here, now it will, oops, what happened? Explain, I'm sorry. And divide. Oh, no, what's going on with my... I tested it before and everything was working fine. I do not know what's going on with that. Let me try anything else. I'm sorry, guys. It is working. Or let's say document, down, divide. Okay. And over here, see, it did document that one. It went actually, even if I'm not opening on that one, it just added this one. And if I go back to the solution and look at the calculator, see, it's not documented, and it just added all the documentation over here, which I can now copy and do that. And this is amazing, actually, because now you can compare, hey, what is the difference between those two? Sometimes you have overloaded methods and certain things, and they are big, and you don't want to go through them. So you say, hey, compare, compare and you type like divide method and the other method, and you just type also another one that says like divide and the other one, and it will now tell you what is the difference between them. It will read each one of them, and it will tell you what's the difference between them. Okay, yeah. So this is very important for everyone to understand. Okay, so we have a lot of method, additions. So I'm gonna move a little bit faster. Another thing that they added also. Let me delete all of this and okay. Is the following feature, which is I love this feature as well, and I hope you would like it. So if you are like in a code like this, and you look at one of the methods that you don't recognize and you don't know what does it do, so usually you go right click on it and you go to implementation and you read it and you understand it. With AI, you can go and highlight it. Actually, I can go here and say, hey, explain this to me and do whatever you want over here, which is okay. But now that takes a long time from you and switching between files. So it's a little bit tough to, to go back and forth. It's switching is a lot. But sometimes you just want to know what it is. You don't want details, okay? You don't care about this. An amazing feature happens now when you hover over the method. Look at this, what happened. We have the new magic here, describe with Copilot. You click on it, and the Copilot will go read that method and give you the information about it. And it's amazing. You can see it here. You don't have to go anymore over there. It will tell you what is this method about. And look at this, it's telling you what even, I'm sorry, what even, the exceptions could be as well. So just to let you know. So this is another feature. Hopefully you'll like it. Another one feature. Oh, another feature, you will not see it, of course, but this is for administrators for the GitHub Copilot, is now specific files. Sometimes when you do the pound over here and see the list, sometimes the corporation or enterprise want the AI not to look at specific file types or specific files. So if the file name with the specific name, it will not show in this list. So, but the administrator for the GitHub Copilot has to go in the back end and change that. And this way, the AI part of, because we're talking about GitHub Copilot for business, not the normal one for regular users. For regular users, it's different, but I'm talking about for business, which is enterprise level account, and then you'll have the administrator who can change that for you. So in order to be more secure, because maybe you want extra security, it has maybe some passwords or certain things, you don't want the AI just to look into that at all. Another one over here, now they added the inline one over here, the alt /, and now you can put a / and you can put all these commands over here as well if you need to, because sometimes it's not just chatting. You can sometimes, some people, hey, I don't want to switch and go over there, I want it to be here. So now you can do these commands, the /doc, whatever, generate, you can do it over here as well. Okay. And another thing, and there is another one that they added over here. Let me just copy some example. So let's say I did this. What is the best way to divide two numbers, for example? And you start the chat internally over here, and suddenly the chat becomes too big. You don't want to do that. Now they added something, hey, continue in chat window. So you transfer the chat history to this side, and now you can continue because you have more space. I think a lot of developers hated that, they start the conversation here, and now it's like there is no space, it's becoming too crowded. So, hey, you can move it over here and close this one, and now continue over here and work with this one. So that's just a little bit more usability and faster way to do certain things. Another change they did is renaming. Renaming, for example, if you want to rename, a specific one, it's too small change, but it is also amazing because look at this. It's a small thing. Sometimes, a lot of times, you need to rename something. So sometimes you find problems renaming. And look at this now with the rename. There is those 2 stars, which is like this is like AI stuff. And look at this, and it will tell you and give you standards and stuff. Look at division result, calculation result, output results, much better than the result I wanted. And look at this, it's very nice how it could suggest for you. It's a small change, but they put AI with it. This to how to use AI, inside your coding, daily coding. Okay, so another feature is AI smart variable inspection. So let's say we are running this code over here, all of this. So my code is running now, and I need to put this one as add a watch, and let me pin this one. And now I need to know more about this one, about this variable. Let me, more about this one. So you right click and ask Copilot. And now look at this. It will tell me more about this variable and what does it do, what different things it could have happen, and what values I should expect. It will go through everything about this one. It's a small addition, but helps you a lot when you have a lot of variables and you forget what does this variable do, and you don't want to go over here. It will go check the line of code that this watch is referencing to, and it will tell you what you should expect in it and why, what are the values. So it's a big extra help for you instead of going and doing things by yourself. So hopefully this will accelerate your development. Another thing, breakpoints. Let's see, breakpoints over here, and I go over here, I put conditions. Sometimes we need to put conditions over here. Look at this. Look at the AI. It will tell me, and you see the stars again, and it will suggest what type of conditions you're gonna put. Because maybe I'm one of them. Sometimes I find it hard. Where should I stop? And it will give you some suggestions on this one. All right. And another one over here, they have the hashtag over here also enhanced. We have now a solution hashtag. If you go solution over here, now you can ask GitHub Copilot, the AI, about the whole solution in entirety. It's like, where do I do this? Where do I do that? And it will let you know if you have a huge solution, where do I do this type of calculation? It will go and bring you the code. It will tell you where it is, and you can click on it and go to that file and say, because this is good when you have like a big application, and you did not do most of the development, and you want to ask, instead of asking another person about the whole solution, you can ask over here, and you do due diligence. If you don't understand, you can ask a more senior person who knows the code better. But at least do your due diligence over here, and you get the smaller amount. You don't have to take a long time analyzing your solution. All right. So another one you've seen over here. I've been using this one. This new one, I think maybe this one was before, but I did not emphasize it before. This is in order for you to have different threads of Copilot over here chat. So sometimes if you want to talk about a specific topic and you're fixing something and you're talking to the AI and say, you know what, let me adjourn. I need to work on another area. And you're going to work and you're going to ask a different question. Now the problem, oh, I have to delete this one, but I want to return back to that one after lunch. Yeah, you can now plus and now open a new session, and it will now load up the thread. Once you switch to this thread or the other thread, now it brings back the chat, and you can do all of the work. Even if you close your Visual Studio, it will stay, and you can, and they will stay this way. It will reload all the history, and now you can continue your chat. And of course, you can delete all the history, all the threads. Now you have clean thread history in your Visual Studio environment. All right. Error bug fix. Okay, perfect. Sometimes we have small bugs that we do, and what we do is if we build. Oh, we have errors. Of course, this is an easy error, but look at this. This is, I think, a lot of developers gonna love, because I have sometimes a very cryptic. I do not know what happened. I just click. I do not know. I have to go and copy the error, paste it inside Google or Bing or whatever my search engine is, and then try to solve the problem. And then it takes me very far away from the answer, and I have to go and search and read everything. But look at this. Now, this is one of the most amazing additions that today. See, has Copilot. And what happens? It will analyze your error and say, hey, I think, see, adding the missing semicolon, that's it. It figured out what is the problem, and it fixed that one, and it told you what is the fix. Okay, so this is I love this one. This feature. This is, I think, is going to be very, very helpful for fixing bugs. And especially when you build and it does something happens when you make a lot of changes, and suddenly the system is not building. You update your new Git packages, and something is not building anymore. This is amazing, and it will save a lot of time for searching. And I think one of the best feature. This is the best one that they added. The other one that they did is. And let me go over here and run this one. Continue. Okay. Oh, I have a problem. You have a bug, something, runtime errors. Oh, how to fix them? Look at this beautiful new Ask Copilot. And it's like, what should I do over here? What's going on? And it will tell you what the problem is, how you can fix it. And then it will give you the fix. I think this is also one of the amazing new features that they added, and now it works excellent way. All right. So another one that let me see explanation. See, you can have different explanations now, different conditions. Okay. And by the way, there is a new huge changes as well, more in 17.12 coming. Amazing. We can talk about them once they are out. Hopefully, I can do another update for that one. And hopefully, every time the new changes that comes up are better and better for you all. Another one, let me stop this one. And sometimes for people who check in code and stuff, and you make some changes for your code, and of course, all professional developers have to do this. So it's like, let's say, it's like, I want to change this one in my code, right? It got checked out automatically. And now I need to check in my change. So I save and go over to the team and say, hey, get changes. And look at this. And I need now to type what I have did. Sometimes you have a lot of changes, and you need to go for each one and write down. And I know I'm one of them. I'm guilty of this. Just writing a small description that even if I did return after 1 week, I don't remember what I did. So we try, it's like, hey, how about AI reads what's the difference between my old version and the new version and write up something for me. I don't want to write all of this. So we have this new button over here. It's another pencil with the magic star on top of it. You click on it. So what does it do? It goes, compares now all the changes with the old one with the new one, and gives you, look how beautiful this, this one you can see if you like it. You can change and add and remove whatever you want, then accept, and now you can check in this to your repo. So I think this is very important for a lot of people who do this. So I hope that these new features are really beneficiary for you to have a faster development, hopefully. Do you have any questions? I think Naveed, wow, that I did not expect I'm gonna finish that fast. This I did
Oh,
this
man.
in 1 hour last time for another customer. It took me 1 hour to explain them, but I went through them very fast that I finished very quick. So I'm open to any questions over here since we have a little bit of time.
Just to be clear, you need the Visual Studio version, right? Can you please show what version is needed? So if, let's say, if somebody, I mean, is running the older version, they just need to get
Yeah.
the update.
So this is 17.11.4. This is the latest until now, until today. This is the version of
17.
yeah.
And will
So
that get the upgrade the GitHub Copilot automatically behind the
yes,
scene?
yes,
Okay,
because
great.
remember last time in our previous one we said the GitHub Copilot is now built inside Visual Studio 2022. You don't have to download anything extra. It's part of it. It used to be an extension, but now
Hmm.
you don't use. There is no extension for it. It's built-in extension. Okay. And of course, you need the license. Either you get a personal one if you are outside an organization, pay like $99 a year, which is is very cheap, and or with an organization with its GitHub Copilot for
Enterprise.
business.
Yep.
It's not enterprise for business. That's like $19 a month, and you have enterprise edition if your company is under GitHub repos, not under Azure DevOps or something else. Then you'll benefit from GitHub Copilot Enterprise Edition. That's another level which we did not talk about. That's going to be for something only for GitHub, users that they work on GitHub repos inside GitHub, because the GitHub Copilot will be working in the browser on GitHub only. Okay, and I'm sorry, no, we're not gonna put GitHub Copilot inside Azure DevOps. Just to let you know, if somebody, I know some people might ask, will you put it there for us? No, I don't think so. There's no plans for that. And thank you, Naveed. That was excellent question, because I wanted to say this at the beginning. I think I forgot to mention the version. It's very important to document the version, because if you don't have it, then all of these features will not work. And if you don't have a license, you cannot run it, because you need to actually link up and connect your GitHub account with Visual Studio in order to use this one, to use this plugin.
Makes sense. Any questions, folks?
Anything in the chat?
There was a comment. I think Rod mentioned that the Copilot is definitely the best $100 I spent. Love it for my personal project.
I know, me too. Even I'm at Microsoft. I'm not like I cannot, I cannot get it for free for home. I purchased it because it's amazing. It's
I mean,
amazing.
it's like doing so much stuff now. It's like, wow. I mean, how you can work without
It's
it.
I
Absolutely. I
think
mean,
I
yeah.
think companies cannot afford not. It's very cheap. If your developer spends 1 hour on googling stuff or going on the internet, they already spent the $19 cost. So it is no-brainer. It's every time I work with any customer, with anybody, all developers, I never seen anyone who does not like it. And the problem with this one, the problem is when you remove it, it's hell for the developer again. Unfortunately, it's addictive, and if you don't use it, it's like going from Visual Studio to Notepad. That's it, and it's like, what's going on?
Yeah, this is Rod, and I do use Copilot personally, but I don't use it professionally. And so when I log into my work machine, I'm like, why is my autocomplete not working? And then it's not my autocomplete, it was Copilot, right?
Exactly. I know the feeling. Believe me, I know the feeling, because sometimes something happens with my account because we have some debugging accounts and they stop working. It's like, what happened? Is like Visual Studio becomes like Notepad suddenly for me. But it's not. It's not. But actually, this is how it feels. So
Yeah,
that's my only warning. And I know it's gonna become really tough, Rod, for you to work without the license at work. It becomes unsatisfactory, and this is where the job satisfaction comes in, because it makes it easier for you to move and find solutions and answers very quick.
It does. It feels like driving your car with the emergency brake on, right? Like things just aren't going as fast as you used.
Exactly. Thank you. I love. I can maybe steal that from you and I use it, Rod. I like this analogy.
Yeah, no, that's a good one. Exactly.
Yeah.
Hey, have we talked about GitHub Copilot?
I talked, in previous one, totally about GitHub Copilot. We had in our previous session, I talked about it. But over here,
Okay.
I assume that everybody knows what's GitHub Copilot. If you did not, is the first time you know what's GitHub Copilot, please, Naveed, if you want to paste the link for the previous video, attend that one,
Okay.
then attend
Yeah,
this
I will
one.
paste
This
it.
way
I
you
will
get the full
add to the.
experience.
Yep.
And by the way, don't be like me and say, "Hey, I'm very smart and I can figure it out," because I used the GitHub Copilot for like 3-4 months by myself, and I thought, "Hey, I'm expert in it," until GitHub came and trained us. I was like, "Oh my God, I was not using like 50% of the of
Guys, I
the."
have a question about the previous videos, because I get the links on the videos, but when I try to open them up, it tells me that I can't.
No, actually, go to our YouTube channel. Let me paste the link of our YouTube channel here. You should be able to get all the videos from there.
Yeah, it's YouTube, so it's open.
Yeah. So it's
Open.
all available on YouTube. If you try to get from Teams, the problem is Teams, they have some, I mean, since I'm running it on Microsoft own Teams channel, they will not allow you to download it.
Yep,
Period.
that's what I've been
Yeah.
experiencing,
Yeah.
right?
So I
So if
would
you
say,
could
yeah, let me
paste the
post the
link,
link.
yeah.
Yeah. Here is the
Yes,
YouTube
I'm really
channel.
interested, like, to review some of the previous videos. Yes, and when I try it, it's like, oh, I can't.
Yeah,
Here is the link.
Naveed is up to date, always puts the latest and greatest. I love that. I even, because it's so easy, and I'm at Microsoft, I find it faster to go to these videos because it's like half an hour and I get the grasp of what's going on better than, spending hours and hours.
Yeah, it's always
learning.
easier to look at the video, right?
Yeah, I mean, so you will see all the previous videos there. There's a series website as well where we have like announcements when it's off. Like we are gonna be taking some time off during Thanksgiving and Christmas. So just any other
Excellent.
question, folks? No, I know we are 1 minute over. Any questions? Yeah, go ahead. Somebody was asking something. Okay. If there are no questions, thank you very much for joining, and thanks, Walid, for this very useful session, and hope to see everybody next week for another session of Azure Power Lunch. Have a wonderful rest of your day and a great weekend. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye.